Yellow. Whew. Exciting times. The end of an era. Damn, it's sad when you see a good show go. But it has to happen so I can watch all the other YouTube related videos for it. 4 more to go, buddy. Oh, we got an episode here. So we're definitely not going to find out what happens after the hunting trip. But that's okay. The real hunting trip post story was the friends we made along the way.
For remember the spooky story of Lazarus. He did not reject Jesus' gift of life back from the dead and say, "Oh Lord, you are a weirdo, your gift is boring. Why don't you just take a hike, you big, dumb, holy Messiah?" No, my friends, Lazarus believed that life is precious.
Ah, they're
As
getting a long
precious
time.
as money. Or those little kissing zebra knickknacks that we love to display on top of our cabinets. Yes, Oral.
I think you're right about people not spitting into God's face.
That's why I get paid, son.
Reverend, what a
does he make?
simply controversial sermon.
No sweat.
You show faith with such contemptuous zeal up on that pulpit.
Ow, my arm.
Sweet heavens, I'm so sorry.
Hi, Daddy. What are you doing here?
Ah,
Patrolling for criminal behavior.
wait, why'd you do that to her? She gets an
Hi,
episode?
excuse me. I noticed you have a child. Me too. Can we sit together so they can talk to each other and not us?
Oh,
Tina, talk to that other one. Hi, I'm Dottie.
Florence.
That looks gooey.
Mommy?
Dear, grown-ups are talking. Ooh, that looks yucky.
I get it because
I
she's
never
smoking.
get to have an adult conversation with an adult. Oh, I don't know where I put it all. Do you?
No, I don't know where you put it all.
I meant you. Where you put it.
Yes, I know where I put it all.
Anyway, my husband's in the trophy business. You know, best this, first prize that, take a statue, put it on your mantle, brag!
Oh, he makes them.
For good money. Really good money. Of course, it's a lot of responsibility, and there's not a lot of spare time to spend with me.
Well, there must be a lot of competition out there.
Must be.
So, your child Tina looks familiar.
Go outside and play with this other child, dear.
Mom, do I have to?
Yes.
That's my daughter.
I know. I can tell the kids apart. Come on, let the adults talk now. With my husband's schedule, we couldn't even have our own child. We had to buy Tina from the No Hearts when they had identical twins.
I see. That's why I've seen Tina with another mother.
This is the first
So
episode, or
embarrassing.
one
I
of
wish
them?
the other one would just die.
Oh, well, that's...
No, not really, of course. It's just such a small town, though. Oh, I am stuffed. I should go to the bathroom.
Look, Mommy, it's Daddy.
Run for your life! They're nude!
Roger! Put that away. Cowards should never carry guns.
But God'll get all mad if I see all their reproductionables.
That's it. I'm moving out.
It's so dark in here. I'm cold. Oh, well, I won't be in here for long. I'll just go right out and get myself another husband. Oh, my God, this is so humiliating.
No.
Florence, please. You left Roger, not the other way around. You got to do the humiliating. I didn't.
I didn't humiliate Roger.
Right. So he's letting you see your child more than one Sunday a month.
Well, no.
Humiliate. What are those?
Zebras.
What do they do?
Nothing. They stand there and look nice.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do. Look. See, it
It looks nice
works.
to me.
Anne.
Hi, Mommy.
What the
Look,
fuck?
Daddy, it's Mommy.
Come on, everyone, let's go. Something around here stinks. Poo-woo.
We were all made in
So
God's
nice criminals.
image. What does that phrase really mean? I mean, if an ugly, fat lady is made in God's image, then how can a stuck-up, pretty lady also be made in God's image? Well, look, it's not rocket science. The answer's simple.
What was the answer?
Are you mad at me?
No. Why?
Nothing. You know the Reverend's comment.
I don't remember a comment.
That he's more attracted to me than you.
Dottie, he never...
During the sermon, he called me pretty.
When? He didn't even look at
He
you.
didn't have to. He mentioned fat, and then he mentioned pretty. It was obvious what two people he was talking about. I'm not fat, you are.
Don't call me
Yeah.
fat.
I didn't. I said you are. But I didn't use the word. Could have meant any word.
That's sneaky. I don't know how I'm going to prove it, but I know that you called me fat just now.
Okay, prove it.
I said
Reminds
I
you of
can.
Morty.
Well, fine. Then don't be paranoid.
I know I'm fat. I just don't want you calling me fat. It hurts my feelings.
Okay, look. I'm sorry. I'm never going to forget never to call you that. Here, I'm making a note of it right now. See? There, done.
Nice. He's literally female Rick and Morty. Oh, the zebra. Oh. Wait, why do I feel like I've seen her
That is
naked
why
in a
when
different
I do
episode now?
occasionally witness a transgression by a husband toward his wife, I think to myself, that man doesn't know how good he has it.
Oh, I remember.
should be with her to show her what a real husband is like. People say, but Reverend, you're not allowed to be with women anyway. What's the diff? No, I say. I'm not a Catholic priest. I'm Protestant. I play the field like anyone else, but it's hard. Women like renegades. What am I gonna do? Reinvent myself? It's it's too late.
Aw. It's never too late to reinvent yourself.
A bake sale and Reverend Putty. Oh, how heavenly.
Oh, there he is. I think I'll go walk by him and make his day.
Thought there'd be more women. Plenty of sweets. I don't know how Jesus stayed so scrawny, you know?
Ooh, look. It says faith. How fun for a cookie.
It's not a library, ma'am.
Jeez.
Betsy!
The continuity.
Oh,
Florence, pull yourself together. It's embarrassing enough to be your friend.
Jesus.
Dottie, we are not friends.
She got dumped and humiliated.
Well, as you all know, next week is Easter. A big holiday for Christians. Yeah, Christmas is nice and fun and Christmassy, but Easter, that's what sets us apart from the Muslims. It is literally the thing, besides the lack of turbans and the Gabagool language, that defines Christianity. Easter made Jesus who he is today, a real chip off the old block. Let me explain how. Don't worry, you're perfectly safe.
I know, Reverend.
Call me Ron.
I also just had a shower thought. Church is basically like listening to a podcast that also has karaoke and snacks. You ever think about that? You see what church is, like an hour-long podcast. There's a sing-along in the beginning. And then they do the ad for like Raid Shadow Legends. But their version of the ad is just like doing the same prayers, so it's just like their ad is for God. They just always keep shilling God. In the beginning, it's like the same prayers every time. And then after the ad break, that's when the podcast finally starts. And then there's snacks and some more karaoke. And then another ad for God. And then it's done. Really makes you think.
And what do you think they find in the tomb? To be continued next week. That's what.
Damn.
Got you where I want you. That'll get all your butts out of bed next Sunday, amen?
Gee, Reverend, I hope next week's sermon is as exciting as today's. I hope it ends like I hope it will. I hope it's a trick question about what they find in the tomb. I hope they...
Boy, you're full of hope, aren't you?
I hope so.
Oh.
He brought the gun.
You know, Reverend Putty, I thought it was interesting about your first name.
Huh? What about it?
Oh, well, it rhymes with God.
No, it. Oh, yeah, it does. Huh.
What's his
Coincidence.
first name?
Oh, I see it more as ironic.
I'm a clergyman, lady. It's not ironic.
Yes, but you fight him with your beautifully plaintive words. It's very erotic.
Erotic.
I should enter the church now. Mind if I...
Oh no. Please sit down. Reverend?
Look, just call me Rod.
Oh, Rod.
I'm Florence.
Like the flower.
Yes.
Sorry, with such a large congregation, it's kind of tough to remember everyone's,
I understand. Well, this is it.
Uh-huh.
Maybe I should slip into something more. Oh.
Jesus.
Reverend Putty, this is...
Why would-
Buddy, hello.
You've met.
Have we?
Well, not formally, but you're at church every Sunday. The place isn't exactly a cathedral.
Yes, well, I'm just brushing my teeth. They get so dirty by doing absolutely nothing. You know, eating, talking.
Yeah, when you're right, you're right.
Come with me, Reverend.
Que no estos.
These are my zebras.
Oh, boy.
Do you like them?
Florence,
I've been collecting them since I was 7.
that's sad. I mean, nice.
My bed has zebra print sheets too.
Oh, boy.
Jesus is
Aren't you going to
cool.
sit down?
Who, me? Oh, no, I've been standing all day. Oh, boy.
Well, yeah, you got in there. You have to go through with it.
Oh, you're not taking it. Oh.
Oh my.
Oh, God. What's a hubbub?
Jesus, why?
God.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Daddy!
Toddy?
Oh, God, what have I done?
It's okay. I understand.
No, that's not what I'm talking about.
So wait, did he mean the first what have I done? Like, she thought he was talking about having sex before marriage, but then she was like, "That's I know what you're talking. I understand." He was like, "Oh no, that's not the part." And then it was a post on clarity that he did it with her. Hearing the Reverend say "Oh God" a lot was really funny.
Hope. 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 Hope.
Why is she sad?
Hope. Hope.
Oh,
Oh.
do it.
Hope. 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 Hope.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Oral Puppington.
This is what happened after the trip.
Oh.
Jesus. Not even the hope. The greatest hope. The ultimate hope. Is down. This cliffhanger. That's a cliffhanger. The lost episode. Where's that? I found it. It's not lost. Hearts will be beautiful music mixed with peace sounds, relaxing, sleeping, studying. I want to relax. Oh, they always start with that one. That's a sad one. That's not a relax. I mean, I relax to that. I don't think other people would. Sacrifice. Alright. Clay was gone. But now he's back. Save us, Clay.
Yummy! Ooh, Ren.
Huh?
Yay, birdie!
Watch.
Men married men and women married. We'd all give birth to nothing but fairy sexuals.
All right, you
But
passed
why
by
did
that.
you marry Dad?
Huh?
Oh, well. Why not?
Well, it's just that when he drinks, he changes.
Happy Easter. By the look of all your pathetic mugs, I'd say you all had as good a week as I had.
These are my zebras.
Florence. Oh, oh God. Oh, God. Dottie! Yep, a humdinger. Well, if you remember last week's sermon, I ended it with a little cliffhanger. What was in the tomb when Mary Magdalene and company checked it out? Well, here's the answer. Nothing. Nothing was in the tomb. Now, usually nothing is a downer. One big goose egg. Well, this time the goose laid a golden egg, people. Nothing meant hope for everyone. So the next time you look and see nothing, have a little hope, will ya? For me. Amen.
Reverend Putty, I agree with you that... Oh.
Oh,
Where'd he go? Where'd he go?
Come on!
Hi, Clay.
What is
Easter.
it, a holiday, Dolly?
Easter good enough for you?
Oh, right.
Missed you the last few days.
Yeah. Took the kid on a hunting trip.
Oral? He didn't kill anything, did he?
Look, everything went like clockwork. We were father and son, got some fresh air, things died, came home, get off my back.
I go to a
Forget
bar
us.
if you don't want to talk.
Clay, it's the office.
Tell him it's Easter, and I'm not here. Oh, and tell him they need to order more paperweights.
Yeah, did you hear that? Okay.
Why is his office calling the bar?
Don't look at me like that. I'm very responsible.
Usually.
Dolly, if I go to work today, I'm gonna kill somebody.
I see. Well, at least you put in that paperweight order.
It won't be enough. They never get enough. Always so much more paper than there are weights. You know how much paperwork I have? It never stops. I don't know how it happens. You start out in life as a little baby.
No paperwork.
Exactly, no paperwork. But do we appreciate it, all us little babies? No. We cry, 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 cry.
Well, I guess when you have a family, that's the sacrifice you make.
Sacrifice, exactly. I sacrificed. The ultimate sacrifice. My happiness. For my kids. You bet I did. You bet I did.
He never wanted any of that.
And I'd do it again, too. I'd do it over and over again. That's my life, over and 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 over.
Okay, Clay, I get the point.
No, you don't! And over 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 and
It's over!
Oh, the door!
Oh,
Howdy, Reverend.
yeah, back at you.
The Reverend Putty. I do believe that was the ex-Mrs. Papermouth,
7-7.
Well, I certainly didn't expect to be kept company by two handsome gentlemen today.
Yeah, keep it in your pants. I'm through with women.
Amen.
Nice.
You're through with women, Reverend?
Yeah, well, even though I'm a Protestant man of the cloth, I still figure I should make some sort of...
Sacrifice?
Yeah, that's the word.
Well, get in line, buddy.
Well, the Reverend sacrificing is very fitting on a day like today.
Oh, really? Why especially today, Albert Vagina Stein?
Easter. The Reverend sacrificing like our Lord has sacrificed, right, Reverend?
Yes.
Don't get me wrong. Jesus was nice. But the guy had everything. He knew he was the Son of God. You can't get more privileged than that.
Look, you tried getting crucified.
Maybe I will, if I have the time. I'm a little busy doing some real sacrificing, thank you very much.
Oh, crucifixion isn't enough of a sacrifice for you?
Look, once you get crucified, you can do no wrong. Everybody loves you. Well, some of us don't have that luxury. There's a little thing called supporting a family that Jesus never got around to doing.
You're amazing. The beer goggles you have on right now are making crucifixion look like Marilyn Monroe.
I never drink beer. Close the door!
Oh, hello.
Uh-oh, hold on to your yawns, everyone. It's Officer Excitement!
Reverend, I finally got to get the day off and hear your sermon this morning. Really inspirational.
Yeah, you know, Easter, it's not exactly a brain teaser.
Well, it really helped me in my time of need, just when I was at the end of my rope.
Glad I could help.
When all seemed black.
You're welcome.
Life just didn't seem worth living, and then
Look, you want an autograph?
No, I just...
I think Roger wants to tell us something.
Okay, I should get
Whoa.
going. anything.
You're not going anywhere.
Oh, I get it.
Pants.
Please stay, Reverend. I want you to hear this.
Why? I got nothing to do with this.
You're a wise and blessed man.
I second that. Wise and blessed. Pow!
Stop that. Look, whatever's nagging you, it's bound to pass.
Oh, she's sleeping with someone. I know it. It's over. Oh, my
How does
Lord.
Clayton just know?
You pathetic bastard. Look at you.
Hey, give me that.
You can't even score a little tail, and already that fat pig Florence has got some loser grunting and snorting up and down her fleshy.
Hey! That's the officer's ex-wife you're talking about.
Golly, imagine the loser Florence is getting sloppy with.
You better stop that.
Yeah, that's no way to talk about a guy you don't even know.
Well, I don't care about the guy.
No, I mean, it's insulting to you.
And Florence.
Yes, and you. You're a handsome man. I'm sure the fellow who sleeps with Florence is at least as handsome, if not more.
Yeah.
Well, I think Jesus would say you're both nuts. This guy is probably some hard luck sap that feeds off female desperation as much as he's desperate himself.
Clay just wants to see the world
fellas,
burn.
Saying bad things about Florence.
And her lover. Hey, get off! Close the door!
Dr. Potter's wheel. It's my busiest Sunday yet.
The usual, Dolly.
Long Island iced tea. Coming right up.
Well,
Oh, shit.
Dr. Quentin Xavier Potter's wheel. Clay. Hey, Doc, we were just talking about ex-wives. I'm a widower. Oh, right. Must be nice to lose a wife to sickness and death instead of her just plain old getting sick of you. No, not so nice, especially when you're a doctor. She just loved those painkillers. Probably didn't even realize she was infected, right, Doc? She was quite comfortable when she passed. Numb, some call it. Now, me and Jesus, we like to feel the pain.
Tell me, Doc, did some of those painkillers protect her against you?
Well, what does that mean?
You know.
The pain of you. Day in, day out, being there with that face, not knowing what to say, not caring anymore. Not even knowing that you'll probably only care about her when it's finally too late. Forgetting about all those desperate years you spent alone. Your barren years when no woman would even consider resting her tired head on your shaky little shoulder. And stinking of belly semen. Why even wipe? And then when you finally get one of these, covered in pieces of tail that have been built up as the grand trophy in your nothing life, you try desperately to keep it. Not to protect it, but to hoard it. To keep it away from the other wolves and jackals circling your territory. And you realize, all too soon, that you're not good enough. That maybe there was a jerk-off called Darwin after all. And that you never acknowledged his existence because you knew deep inside that you were really what you feared you were. Weak and passive and ultimately broken by the ones who were made the fittest. And that through your weaknesses you built up a poison that poisoned others around you. That you loved. And the only true justice was to let those dominant jackals feed on you, survive off you. If that one gets too sweaty, I got an extra one for you. Come on, Doc. It's a nice one.
Clay, maybe the doctor would like to be left alone.
Oh, is that so?
He's
well,
on
maybe
fire
you would
right
like to
now.
put those slutty little breasts right in my kisser.
Ooh, the long arm of the law.
No, Roger. Yeah, Roger, listen to the wife murderer. Oh, you better go too, Revs. Let the men handle this.
How would your teeth like a 5-finger discount on a knuckle sandwich, Puppington?
Well, what are you waiting for? I'm waiting. Well, it looks like the only
not
fists
worth
that
it.
are raised in this town are pacifists. Yeah, run, get out of here, cowards! Look at you! Where are you all going? Get back here! You come back here! Show me that you have 1 ounce of testosterone between the 3 of you! With all you people as role models, no wonder my son is sensitive.
I didn't even think of it like that.
No one's there.
Handkerchief,
Gosh,
handkerchief.
He's gotta come home on Easter and all.
Handkerchief, handkerchief, handkerchief,
Mommy?
handkerchief. Not now, Shapey. No milk.
When I'm thirsty, it feels how I feel when I'm alone.
What?
Golly,
He spoke?
things sure have changed around here.
You say it wouldn't work, it wouldn't take, it wouldn't do any good, it wouldn't change a thing. And I can't say much to deny it. I'm stuck with an urge to only have tried it.
You went for the bear?
It wouldn't do, it wouldn't shake, it wouldn't make any waves, it wouldn't be no use. And you being you, you know sure how to phrase it.
Hello, goodbye.
That's definitely an episode I need to rewatch at some point. Was this the episode where I was trying to think if Reverend hitting Florence was in this one too? How those episodes kind of blur together with how smooth that transition was. But damn, I didn't think they're all
Big brain teaser.
They are all role models, or is it what it's supposed to be role models. Yeah.
Those desperate years you spent alone. Your barren years when no woman would even consider resting her tired head on your shaky little shoulder. And stinking of belly semen. Why even wipe? And then when you finally get one of these coveted pieces of tail that have been built up as the grand trophy in your nothing life, you try desperately to keep it. Not to protect it, but to hoard it. To keep it away from the other wolves and jackals circling your territory. And you realize, all too soon, that you're not good enough. That maybe there was a jerk-off called Darwin after all. And that you never acknowledged his existence because you knew deep inside that you were really what you feared you were. Weak and passive and ultimately broken by the ones who were made the fittest. And that through your weaknesses you built up a poison that poisoned others around you.
That part hits.
That you loved. And the only true justice was to let those dominant jackals feed on you, survive off you. If that one gets too sweaty, I got an extra one for you. Come on, Doc. It's a nice one.
Clay, maybe the doctor would like to be left alone.
Oh, is that so? Well, maybe you would like to put those slutty little breasts right in my kisser.
Ooh, the long arm of the law.
No, Roger. Yeah, Roger, listen to the wife murderer.
Did he murder his wife?
Oh, you better go too, Revs. Let the men handle this.
How would your teeth like a
Oh no, he did. It was just because he's a doctor. He's saying he should have been able to save his wife somehow. Or he's just shitting on him. He understands the situation out of his hands, but trying to make him feel responsible as an asshole. And then he's just not even worth it. But Moral still cared about him. Despite not loving him anymore, he still cared enough to figure out where he was on Easter.
People as role models. No wonder my son is sensitive.
no one's there.
Handkerchief,
Gosh,
handkerchief.
he's gotta come home on Easter and all.
Handkerchief, handkerchief,
Mommy?
handkerchief. Not now, Shapey. No milk.
When I'm thirsty, it feels how I feel when I'm alone.
What?
Golly, things sure have changed around here.
You say it wouldn't work, it wouldn't take, it wouldn't do.
Just feels alone, that's why he always wants
good.
milk.
It wouldn't change a thing. And
And what is blocky?
to deny it. I'm stuck with an urge to only have tried it. You say it wouldn't do, it wouldn't shake, it wouldn't make any waves, it wouldn't be no use.
Alright, quick standing up
And you
break.
being you, you know sure how to phrase it.
Oh, I thought I turned this off. Less fun. Alright. Oh, abstinence. I remember seeing that one. What is this? Is this like a pilot episode? Nasty. Where does it go from here now? What is left for Clay's character? Is there redemption for him? We'll have to find out. Can he be redeemed? It wasn't his fault. He was just a kid that wanted to live a nice Catholic life. And then he got taken in by a woman who was pressured and abused into feeling helpless. So felt pressured to find someone that she could help and turn that person into someone that did need help. And then made them miserable because she was miserable. And then now they're both miserable. What the fuck? I don't want to rewatch that. I feel weird. I thought she was going to try and, instead of being the mayor herself, was going to like use Clay's mommy complex into making him do her bidding or something as like the shadow mayor, something like that. I mean maybe that's still what they're doing. I guess if you have a mommy complex, you get attracted to mommy figures or something. And so I guess that's the final nail in the coffin for that. I guess. I still didn't need to see it. And I still like Liberta. Like it feels weird seeing Clay cheat on her again. Especially with, how is there only one more episode now? What the fuck? How are you just gonna end it like that? Whatever happens next, it's gotta do something. Alright, I don't want to be on this cliffhanger anymore.
Faith in you.
It's not your time.
Oh yeah, their Christmas got fucked.
Valentine. It's not your time. My Valentine.
Right now, finally, we're right here, right now.
Well, it's not Christmas quite yet, but let's open her up anyway and see what we got. Seems to have healed nicely.
It still hurts.
The bone did shatter, son.
But it's been so long.
Naturally. You'll still have to use this for the next few days.
Oh, just a few days?
Yes, and then you'll be limping for the rest of your life.
Jesus.
Is your dad coming to pick you up?
No, he's busy.
Ooh, I can't believe you kept this from me.
It's true. Shot him with my own 2 hands.
Would have been my own 1 hand if Oral hadn't gotten in the way. That kid loves animals like he's St. Francis of wherever.
Can't even look at him anymore.
Tell me more about the bear. You should come by and check it out. I got it stuffed in my study. Ooh, my kind of study. Okay, this is it. What? I got some business to attend to. I'll wait for you, buddy.
Your mom's little hatchling.
I feel you, dude.
I thought I was done with this whole emotion business.
Oh, he still has emotion.
In a state, lying there, waiting for a day to break. Pretty pearls, and your cartwheels, everything, even a
So the last episode is gonna be about Coach. I need the money.
It's
I think I've got a problem.
Dad?
And another thing, Growly. Always honor thy father. That commandment wasn't even lost, so there's no excuse not to remember it. Honor thy father. Father, not mother. Father.
Aha! Beat ya, nobody!
Everyone's eating contest.
Hey, Oral! What's up?
Oh, hi,
I hate
Reverend.
my boss.
I just came by
It's
to get
God.
some advice.
Okay, alrighty, here we go.
Well, actually, I was gonna talk to Jesus.
Why don't you two get a room?
Sorry, Reverend. I didn't mean to insult you.
Oh, forget it. You didn't, Oral. I'm just sick of being second banana around here. Now, what's the problem?
I don't honor my father.
Yeah, well, usually I'd say that was bad,
No, it's wrong. I just can't find anything that's worth honoring about him, though. What do you do when you don't like someone, Reverend?
Do? I do nothing. A jerk's a jerk.
Nice. Take this
But,
stick. Jesus.
You know who's really good at liking jerks? Women! All they need to do is see some sap wearing a wedding ring and they think, that guy must be liked, so he's worth something. That's what you need to do. Go talk to someone who likes your dad that way. Much.
Not that much.
Coach, stop frame.
Oh. Okay.
But 'tis the season of no humiliation.
Sorry, kid. Gym class is immune to Christmas time.
Please, Coach Stopframe, I hate hurt ball.
Then try not to get hurt by it.
Couldn't we play a game that doesn't hurt, like hug ball?
Unfortunately, there's no such thing.
Ow, 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 ow.
Coach?
Great. His son.
Can I ask you something?
Look, Oral, just get out of... Oral? What's wrong with your face?
Golly, why?
It looks just like you.
Oh, yeah. It's been like that for a while now.
What did you want to ask me?
Coach Stopframe, you really like my dad, right?
What?
I mean, you obviously respect him. You have pictures of him in your office. You honor him in a way.
Well...
I just need to know...
He has the Reverend,
what's
too.
good about my dad, Coach Stopframe?
Why don't we talk about it over some hot chocolate, kid? After school.
Okay.
Danielle Stopframe.
Jingle Danielle, stop
What do
frame.
you want?
Hey, buddy, how about a quick eggnog nightcap? Say 5 minutes?
Doesn't it have to be night for a nightcap?
Sure, but it's always night in some backwards culture.
How's your little librarian?
Huh? Oh, that. That That was just some under-the-table insurance, so she'll never bother me again.
Okay, bye-bye.
Maybe I'll just have to bring my big stuffed bear over to your place later tonight. That's a good idea. I'll bring it by.
That's such a good idea.
Yeah. He doesn't even like, oh.
And then he told everyone that I accidentally shot myself. Or the bear shot me.
Or that you got between the bear and him.
Oh, a new one, I guess.
He's got a million of them, kid.
What is it about him, Coach Stopframe, that you could tell me so that I could honor him again?
It's hard to put into words, Oral. Let's go ice skating first.
Oh, you can't even ice skate anymore.
Hey, Oral. Didn't the doc say you only need this crutch for a couple more days?
Yeah, but he never said exactly how many.
Come on,
whoa.
You can do it.
Whoa, 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 whoa! You're right!
Hey, I never thought I was good with kids.
Well, you are a grade school gym teacher.
Believe me, that job has nothing to do with being good with kids.
So, now can you tell me something about my dad so I can respect him again?
Not right now. You promised me we could go a wassailing.
So you're feeling left alone in your thoughts.
He's bringing the bear.
No one's really home. Guns are black and dangerous as hell. In your car,
Guys,
they
fake
may
oils, really.
not kill you if you smile. You know, you sparkle so. It's not you.
Everyone get dressed. We're going Christmas caroling.
What do you mean? Now? As a family? Cheerfully?
Yes!
This I've got to see. La 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 la.
Trim, trimmy, trim.
She gets to sing.
Pop, poppy corn with butter.
Butter. Say, Oral, can you grab the chocolate light bulbs out of that box over there?
Sure, Coach.
Not that box.
Coach, you like my dad the way my mom likes my dad, don't you?
Your mom likes your dad?
Oh, it's
Damn.
no use. You can't show me what there is to honor my father about, because there's nothing honorable about him.
Oral.
Honor.
Somehow, in his own blundering way, your father made you. And that's honorable.
Why here, of all places? And shouldn't Oral be with us instead of that bear?
Look, can it? Now let's do something upbeat. If the Lord were alive today, what would you give him this Christmas?
Dad!
Oral?
What are you doing here with my son?
Stop!
The thought of the two of you together makes my skin crawl.
Please! All we were doing was having a nice time. For the first Christmas in I don't know how long. I felt relaxed and full of joy.
This is rape! You raped my son!
What?
With niceness in order to get to me!
Dad.
Well, it worked. You got to me. Now you stay away from him. He's not yours, I am. I mean, he's mine, my son. Oh, I miss you, Oral. I need you in my life, Oral. And I love you.
We should go.
I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Oral?
Come on, Dad. It's late.
No!
He's right. It's too late.
Yeah. Right.
I had fun. Well, how are you at trimming?
Today's Christmas sermon is about family. What is family? Well, a lot of times, family is just a bunch of people who are forced to be together just because they came out of each other. But every so often,
grow up?
A miracle happens. A loving family. Just like that, out of
Christina.
nowhere. Now what causes this? A belief in God? A
He has his
strong
own
moral structure?
Boruto.
Blind luck? Who knows? Who cares? You're not gonna
He
get any
also
answers out of me.
become a
I'm just a puppet for the big guy. I don't write this stuff. The end. Amen. Nah, who am I kidding? The end.
Thank you, Tom. Let's do 43 of these. Adult Swim.
You know it's true, it's not your time. My Valentine, it's not your time.
He's putting away the claymation. Block and Shapey. He gave away his animation stuff to Block and Shapey. Damn, Clay never got redeemed. He stayed the same sad, heartless husk. And then Oral just moved on from him. So that's him growing older through the year. But he never became Clay still. Because that's the lesson. He didn't get redeemed. But that's not Oral's problem. Oral's problem is to just not become him.
A miracle happens. A loving family.
That's them old and still unhappy. Fucking Shavy became the police. Yeah.
Just like that.
And Block became a firefighter. Wait, what was the Reverend last say?
Family. What sermon is about family? What is family? Well, a lot of times, family is just a bunch of people who are forced to be together just because they came out of each other. But every so often, a miracle happens. A loving family. Just like that, out of nowhere. Now what causes this? A belief in God, a strong moral structure, blind luck. Who knows? Who cares? You're not gonna get any answers out of me. I'm just a
He got his
puppet for
dog
the-
back.
I don't write this stuff. The end. Amen. Nah, who am I kidding? The end.
It is the end. So I guess the miracle is that Oral didn't become Clay. Oral became self-aware enough to not become his dad and break the cycle that Clay was stuck in, where he became his dad. And that's the symbolism of the gun. It was being passed down.
It's not your time. My Valentine.
And Clay had the opportunity to not take the gun too, because the dad wanted to end the cycle. But Clay was like, no, I'm still gonna do it. Not realizing what cycle he was continuing.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Man, it's some deep ass shit. Honestly, did not expect a beautifully symbolic and symbolism metaphor filled series from this supposed comedy. Damn, there is a lot you can break down. I like the attention to detail. I like that every episode had a theme and that they were very blunt with it in their titles. Every episode was made with a purpose. And I think they probably, at some points, they never retconned anything, but they definitely, I don't know if they planned all this and then they added stuff back to fill in the gaps before. Or not me. Clay was literally the mayor the whole time in their minds. That seems like, how did no one just mention he was the fucking mayor? But I guess I never thought about that too. There a whole town with no mayor. Then like the mayor was in your eyes the whole time. The mayor was right there. It's just like Kirumi. He was the prime minister of Japan the whole time. But it was Clay, the mayor. Damn. Did I see this abstinence? This is like an episode. But is this like... That could be like fan made. Let's see what the comments say. Just like that, Coach became a better father figure than Clay in a matter of one episode. Oh, maybe that's why. That's the miracle that Moral... because Moral saw Coach reject Clay, and that gave Moral the ability to reject Clay. Because this whole episode, he's trying to find something good in him to keep him. But Coach gave him the model of that you don't need to do that. You can just move on. You don't. Shit. It's criminal that the show had to end like this. God bless you, Oral. God bless. Maybe you should. I mean, maybe you should have had more episodes. I mean, probably should have. But in terms of like wrapping up its theme in the story as a whole, I think it did a good job. It redeemed the characters that need to be redeemed, and it didn't redeem those because that's just life, I guess. Some people never learn, and it's not your business to try and make them learn that. Is the message. Seeing Nurse Bendy and Joe ice skating together fills me joy. Oh, they did. I missed that. Where the fuck is that?
Never said exactly, I guess.
The words, Oral. Let's go ice skating first.
Oh, they did. But also Doey's parents, which is also sad. I guess, did Doey ever get... I guess Doey never really got redemption for the fact that his parents don't love him. Unless I'm forgetting. The end of his episode was just Clay didn't even notice him. And he just kind of went back. I guess it would have been nice if they had more episodes for some of those characters. I think Doey deserves some sort of redemption. And the teacher, I don't think the teacher really got it. But I mean, I can understand, like, you know, the main story is about Oral. You don't need to do about everyone. Like, they didn't need to do Joe and Nurse Bendy, but it's nice that they did. It's like, so one of the things I like about that show, the show, is that it gives you context for everyone's past and history and why they are. Because in the beginning, it's just like, this show shows you a bunch of religious dumbasses that are irresponsible and immature, and it's just like you dislike them and you also like laugh at them. But then the more the show goes on, you see like more of why they act the way they act. It makes you realize, oh wait, people have a reason for why they are. When you get to know that, it makes you like sympathize more for their upbringing, why they are what they are, and that they're not a bad person. Like the Reverend, he had some bad views, and he's not like the best person, but he's not a bad person. There's a lot of good things he does too. He's just a guy that's lonely, but also tries to help people every now and then. So it's like, just because someone's got some bad traits, you have to disregard them as completely bad. It's like this, one of the things this show does to the audience is make them look at people through different perspectives and force you to contextualize their situation rather than just judging them by their cover. And so it's like, so you don't just see anyone as wholly good as wholly bad. And it's like so the Reverend is the best example of that. And yeah, and that's why I like that they did and gave contexts for people like Nurse Benny and Joe and like other people that I can't remember right now, but that it helps build the world of Morrilton too. That's like, despite it being everyone's like super religious and like conservative, but they're still people and they go through the shits of life too, and they suffer in a way that everyone suffers despite what you believe, that they're just human too, and that like at the end they don't mean harm either, that they're just trying to survive every day of their life as well, just like all people do, whether it's like surviving childhood trauma or like finding love or like finding family. It's just people things, you know. They're all just people that want to live their best life and get by, but struggle through it in their own ways. Things that happened in their past or things that are going on their day-to-day life. So to not judge them wholly based on some negative traits they may have, but to give them a chance to see who they really are. Which is kind of what happened with most characters. Some characters still didn't get redeemed, or didn't have, well, I think every character was given context for their situation. So like even the characters like the librarian and like Clay, even at the end they don't change who they are, and they still treat people like crap. Like, you still have context for why they became like that. You can kind of sympathize with that. Also, like, recognizing they're doing, like, the crap person they became. And so, and that's just like life. Some people will never gain the self-awareness to look at themselves like that and like redeem themselves. But there are also people like Oral and like other people and the good role models in his life that do. And so it's just like surrounding yourself with those that are self-aware and not like burdening yourself with those that refuse to look at themselves. And that's the miracle that Oral was able to make through all this. Instead of blindly following, for the first 2 seasons, he blindly followed his dad and those other people that didn't really care about him and that were never self-aware of themselves or ended up redeeming themselves. And he finally got the strength and courage to turn away from those people and look at what really matters. And that's the miracle of moral Oral. And he got because he learned that he got to live his best life. Christina, who the parents didn't let him be together. Like, it doesn't seem like his parents are even with him. Like, they're still sad in this picture. That's not a concern to Oral now, because he has his own family. He decided to focus on himself and give birth to a little Boruto and Himawari here. Not give birth, but raise kids. And is she pregnant with another baby? Oh no, she's not. This is such a cute image, seeing fucking Moral all grown up.
Just like that, out of nowhere. Now what causes?
That's crazy, seeing him grown up. The curse is your father made you, and that's honorable. Or this literal procreation. Clay's faulty advice inadvertently made Oral into who he is. An example of how not to live his life. Maybe that's another thing. It's not that you have to, like, continuously honoring your dad, but taking the good parts of him, appreciating that he's an example to not follow. That he, despite, or it's due to the fact that he's a faulty person, Oral was able to learn what not to be. And what can happen is if you do go down his path. And Clay's path was he went with what everyone told, or he just went with not what he wanted, because what he originally wanted was what Oral kind of wanted. He just wanted to be a Bible guy, live a virtuous life, a simple life praising God, and like he would have been happier that way. But instead, he let Blaberta and ruin him with the alcohol and convince him that he needed her. And he just ended up going along a path that was set by someone else and not himself. He went down a path that he didn't want, and he kept with it that whole way instead of ever breaking out from it. From the person keeping him stuck. And that's why throughout the whole series, he's always hating her and resenting her for that. And always complaining about where he is in life now. Because he never really got to what he wanted to do. And now it's too late for him to go back now, because now he has a family he has to care for and all that stuff. But he's the mayor. He didn't want all that. He just wanted to be a simple religious guy. And so Clay is a representation of what Oral might have been. Oral could have been that if he, instead of choosing to leave Clay, if he stuck with Clay and kept honoring his father like that, he would have been in a miserable life situation with someone he didn't care about. Would have been stuck with Clay. And then becoming a miserable person himself. Instead, he broke away. He followed his heart, went for Christina, who he was told not to go for. Because of that, he was rewarded with a happy family that he cares about. And for some reason, Stacy and Block became like essential workers. This just looks really funny to me, seeing Block with a mustache. He's like as an adult. Why is Spacey not blonde now? Did he dye his hair? Not enough people talking about that credit sequence. It perfectly captures that feeling of closeness. And the fact Oral would gift his stop motion set to Shapey and block. It's just a very sweet detail. What does he mean by feeling of closeness? Yeah. For stories so concerned with the patterns of abuse that lead to generational trauma, somewhat powerful to end with a simple denial of its power. Probably also a function of the show being out cut short, but still kind of cool to read into. I guess it did get cut short. But it's nice to know that the creators had an idea and a direction for how they wanted the story to go, what theme they wanted. At the end, they wanted Oral to become his own person that breaks away from the cycles and lives a happy life. They wanted to show this. It was always going to end like this. The only difference is that Berta never got away. Deep down, she deserved it. Yeah, she forced them, and she didn't. I guess not force, but kind of manipulated Clay into that life, and now she's reaping the rewards for that. I feel like there's a different version of that. It's not reaping. There's no rewards. She's getting what she deserved. I don't know. That's like she's getting what she deserved. I don't know. It's like, so it's what you did, planted the seeds for that. Whatever. I cried with this, just seeing Oral growing up into a healthy, loving human, finally breaking that cycle of pain and sadness his grandfather brought upon all of them was marvelous. Still opportunity to grow up and change even when you come from the worst of households. What a wonderful little gem of a series. I can hope now that's going to get a revival season, maybe something. I feel like you go to see more. I don't think you can do more. I mean, I guess you can do prequel stuff. But like the story's wrapped up here, despite how rushed it might have been. Like, in the end, it doesn't feel horribly rushed. Like I'm not complaining. I'm satisfied with that. The episode that got Moral Oral canceled. Man, it really did get canceled. Why would they cancel it over that? Like, just make them change the episode. You don't gotta cancel the whole series. I don't understand these executives. Like, why you could have also chose to not air it. And it was clear they knew this would be the final season before it was even released. So it's like, just ask them to change it or something. Why do you gotta cancel it during production? I don't get it. Maybe I should watch that video. Is that where? Oh, it's like 12:30. I cry with it, just seeing Moral growing up into a healthy, loving human, finally breaking that cycle of pain. There's still opportunity to grow and change. But your mom liked your dad? His surprise cracks me up. Doesn't seem like I need to go hurt, but rather as we detail that at the very end. The puppet girl that usually says hello, goodbye, says goodbye, goodbye. Beautiful and somewhat heartwarming, and just such an amazing story. I heard that. I heard the two goodbyes. And the Reverend having among us says, I hate my blood, morbidly hilarious to me. I noticed it too. To him, especially Clay. He still loves them, even their stepbrothers, represented by the pictures the world giving them. And he's honoring his family still. I think that's also another like symbolic thing. He has pictures of his family, even though he's clearly not with them anymore. But he's honoring what they did for his life. That even though it wasn't all the things they did for him weren't good, they gave him perspective and made him more aware. And he's honoring them for that, for being an example of what not to do. But yeah, Shapey, his arc with his redemption thing, whatever that was, yeah, I can see how that got cut short. Like, he just ends up changing. And then he's like lonely apparently this whole time, but didn't really get anything. So they could have done more for that. Maybe, you know, maybe in the future, maybe they will do. I mean, or I'm not saying, I don't know. I'm not saying how likely that is, but I'm just saying the potential of what they could do if they want to do more episodes, OVAs, for those characters that didn't get their backstory redemption, while still keeping with the main story. Must have felt like for Blaberta, and she heard her husband confess his love for someone else. Deep down, what she wants the most, love, being given to someone else by the man supposed to give it to her. She's not perfect, but she deserves better. She had an affair with Coach Stopframe, and actually Stopframe. Wait, is his name Coach Stopframe? What? No, she really doesn't do it. Who cheated with the coach first? Was it her or Clay? It is kind of, she's, because Wilberta's not an innocent actor in this either. She's, despite how miserable she is too, she's not without fault in leading to the situation. While Stopframe shouldn't be let off the hook for all the harm he's done, it was my heart to no end to see him and Oral form a genuine, healthy relationship out of their mutual abuse of Clay's hands. Both been sent through the ringer because they made the mistake of unconditionally loving such a toxic man. Now that they've broken free and are able to come up for air, it's great to see them or each other confide in. Yeah, that's like a thing too. Like, none of these are perfect people. They have some pretty significant flaws, but they're not all bad. You have to see that. Contextualize their situation. Take the good for what it is. Recognize the bad when you see it. There's so many themes that this show does perfectly well. It all comes out in the last, I don't know, I mean, maybe not all comes out in the last season. There were sprinkles of it in the first two. Let's see, like, this is how you make a comedy have a story. And this is how you do it. Not like that fucking Dragon Maid bullshit. But we're not going to talk about that. Well, got a lot of oral videos to watch on the side. I can't go through them all tonight, so let's take a peek at this one. We'll just take a peek at it and then call it a night. Under 14.
Holy crap, how did I miss out on the show? So, I'm a VHS collector. Specifically, I collect VHS recordings of old TV broadcasts. As you can see here. Yeah, I've got a little bit of a problem. But anyways, my hunt for more deliciously rare collectibles has led me to stumble across this. It's a VHS recording of the world premiere of the series finale of Moral Oral, Honor, which I may or may not talk about someday, but to tell you guys the truth, as much as I love great adult animated shows like Drawn Together, Futurama, South Park, The Simpsons, and whatever this is, I swear it's good, give it a shot. I have never once seen Moral Oral. I've seen some pictures and some episode descriptions and maybe a clip or two here and there, but up until recently, and by recently I mean 6 hours ago, I didn't actually get into the show at all. It was because of that tape when I finally sat down to watch it and I realized I missed out. So, because I had the day off from work today, which is incredibly rare, I decided to catch up on the show and oh, wow. So, apparently this show got really serious really quickly. The show was supposed to last about 5 seasons, getting darker and more disturbing as it went on, but apparently, according to both Adult Swim and the series creator, the show became too dark for the lineup and was eventually canceled. And it wasn't like, the show's getting a little too dark for us, so we're gonna have you finish up the season, wrap up the show, and we'll call it quits. No, it was more like, hey, yeah, by the way, the series is getting a little too serious for us now, so we're gonna cut your 3rd season and final season, by the way, in half. Bye-bye, see you later. That's how it went. I have never once heard of a show getting canned because it was too dark and depressing, so I did some research on that, and, well, I figured out why. The show was taking a very sinister turn, especially in the Nature 2-parter, but that wasn't the episode that got the show canned, no. According to the series creator, the show got canned because of one special episode that he dubbed the final nail in the coffin for Moral Oral, that being the episode, Alone. So, one of the weird things about this, which right off the bat tips you off to how different this is gonna be.
I'm shocked that fucking Adult Swim of all things. This beginning of this show fucking had Oral impregnating people with masturbatory semen. And then, this is where they draw the line. When they start getting fucking real. The fuck is up with Adult Swim? This is for adults. Let us watch some real shit. What the fuck? I don't understand their thought process. You're already in a time slot where it's you're not ad friendly at all. How is this gonna make it worse? It's not like the audience stopped watching.
Is that Oral and the whole family really aren't in this. Oral appears very, very briefly only by a dialogue cameo, and that's about it. Instead, this episode decides to focus more on the side characters, and we're gonna go through them one by one. First off, Miss Censordoll is having a heated over-the-phone argument with her mother because apparently, when Miss Censordoll was an infant, her mother had her eggs removed, and if you don't know what that means, you're way, way too young to be watching this review, so get on going. We've got lots of other family-friendly reviews for you, just don't watch this one, okay? Okay, good. There's also some
I didn't know her
heavy
mother
implications
took
that Miss
it out.
Censordoll has this evil plan to take over the town, and we never really get to see this come to fruition. It's strongly implied, but that's about it. In Season 5, Miss Censordoll was supposed to have this big story arc where she takes over the town and rules it with an iron fist, just like she always wanted. But of course, the show got canceled before we got to see any of that, so sadly, we're basically left to imagine what it would be like, but hey, at least we got something, right? This story was definitely strange, but not really different from Moral Oral. But that's where the other 2 stories come in. Nurse Bendy is basically the town harlot. Everyone idolizes her for her, features, let's just say, and she's been with basically every single man in town. But in this episode, we get to see a brand new side to her. It turns out that mentally, Nurse Bendy is basically a child. She has the vocabulary of a child, the mannerisms of a child, the worldview of a child, all that sort of stuff. Which makes things much, much worse when you realize her role in the town. Not the best. But it gets so much worse than that. It turns out that Nurse Bendy really wants a family. A group of people to be there for her and who will love her for who she truly is instead of the nasty, dirty things that she can provide.
Oh yeah, that monologue was
She does
super
this by
fucked.
playing make-believe with 2 bears. One named Sonny, who's her son, and one named Hubby, who's, well, take a wild guess. This is her escape. This is all she has to get away from the outside world. because as soon as she leaves the door of her apartment, everyone's out to get her for, again, dirty, nasty things. But then everything goes horribly wrong when Hubby Bear falls on her in a very suggestive position. To Nurse Bendy, this means that Hubby Bear was only out to get her for sex, and she can't handle it. The one place that she could be happy, the one place she was guaranteed safety, is no longer viable. Everything's ruined. And that's the end of the story. She's just left there, alone, defenseless, no longer having a fantasy world to escape to. Yeah. That's fun.
I guess that's why they made sure to redeem her, like, immediately after. Like, I thought that was kind of quick from going from that to, like, being cool with having an actual son now.
But if you thought that was bad, oh boy. Get a load of the other story here. Now, I'm gonna warn you, this is gonna be very severe. I don't even know if YouTube's gonna let us monetize this, but, you know, we're gonna have to take that risk because this needs to be discussed. Miss Scoltham, Oral's teacher, has apparently just been raped by Cecil Creepler, the town's ice cream man. And she's going through a lot of struggles because she aborted the pregnancy and she's having guilty thoughts about actually wanting to meet up with him again and enjoying what she experienced. And she hears that Cecil Creepler died in jail, and the whole thing is triggering her even further. The beauty of this part is that there's no dialogue from our main character. All we really get is Reverend Putty having a couple lines and the newscaster. That's all. Everything is left to be analyzed entirely visually. And it is stunning. The artistry here is the best it's ever been, and you can't change my mind. So apparently, before Moral Oral was canceled early, there was going to be an episode entitled, well, This, and it was basically going to kind of be a follow-up to this, or a little bit of a psychoanalyzing experience with Miss Scoltham. I really would have liked to see that, but yeah, I can kind of see why Adult Swim didn't really go for this one. Still, would have been interesting. But this one really messed me up. When this one was done, I had to just stare out a window because I could not believe what I just saw. And I still can't. I still don't think I'm over it. I mean, it hasn't been too long since I saw it for the very first time, but still. Wow. This episode is dark. This episode is messed up. But I loved it, loved it, loved it. To be fair, it messed me up like crazy when I saw it because I was not expecting that at all. All I heard was the episode alone was the most distinct of the entire show. The person who told me that didn't say how it was distinct, so I'm gonna have to mail him a glitter bomb for that later. I had to process this for a few minutes. Wow.
Like, it felt like a snuff
shows
episode.
And episodes where they sit back and analyze the characters, especially ones that aren't in the main cast. Like this one. I also love the dark themes it presents and how it doesn't outright explain it to you. It's left for you to interpret. That's not to say it's open-ended. There's 100% clear, concise points they're trying to make. It's just up for you to figure them out. It's kind of like a mystery. Really, this episode has to be seen to be believed, but be warned, it's not for the weak of heart. Now, do I think that it was a good idea to cancel Moral Oral because it got too serious? No, of course not. The show was great. Let's be real. Adult Swim has a certain style of show. We all know the type. 12-ounce Mouse, Aqua Teen Hunger Force, Super Jail.
That show, I never got that show. I remember seeing, like, scenes of the fucking...
We all know the type. 12-ounce Mouse, Aqua Teen...
I never understood this. I remember seeing this on TV so many times as a kid, and, like, nothing about it just seemed appealing. Like, everything was just so boring and, like, bland. I mean, maybe I was too young to understand any of the... No, I was definitely too young to understand any of the dialogue or how it was adult in any way. Maybe I would have felt the same about Moral Oral as a kid. But it's just like... But, like, visually, I can see stuff going on in Moral Oral even if I don't get the dialogue. Like, in this, like... There was, like, literally just nothing going on.
Hunger Force,
and I can't believe they kept that over Moral Oral.
Jail. Now, I do like some of these shows. Aqua Teen is fantastic, and Space Ghost... Oh, don't even...
I remember this, too. Why did Adult Swim have so many fucking boring adult shows? Like, I remember seeing this, too, so much. And, like, just nothing happens. Maybe I shouldn't be ranting about something I don't even remember that well. It's just like every time. It's just like him, the news thing. Man, Adult Swim had a lot of boring ass shows. Like moral, like actually, like there were parts with music. It's like depending on the episode, there can be a lot going on.
Get me
Like
started.
this shit. Like this is what they keep.
But it's always good to have a little bit of
It's
a
always
break.
the shit that's real. Shit that's real means something that gets the short end of the stick. Not the mindless and just like go through the motions crap.
From the flow. A little bit of a standout show. That's one of the reasons why Invader Zim got so popular. It wasn't like all the others. It wasn't like
That's true.
SpongeBob, Jimmy Neutron, or the Wild Thornberries. It got popular because it dared to be different. Moral
did.
Oral was the exact same way. And hey, if the show was getting too extreme for Adult Swim, here's an idea. Tell the showrunners that. Tell
Yeah.
them, hey, the episode alone was great. Just don't make another one, please.
Yeah, just literally
Kinda
do
go
that.
back to the sillier stuff. Maybe the showrunners didn't want to do that. Maybe
They could also just like space it out too. Just like they could have spaced that out. Have those characters' stories be told in 3 different episodes, and sandwiched in with like other less serious stuff. I mean, I can get why. I mean, creatively, I don't want them to do that because I like having episodes centered around one cohesive theme, and I think that's what Moral Oral does well. But yeah, there's so much stuff they could have done. They really didn't want them to have overly serious episodes.
they would have been open to it, who's to say? That's all conjecture at this point. But I'm gonna play devil's advocate for a second.
Oh, it's
Bear
dumb.
with me, everybody. So, if Adult Swim was looking at the way Moral Oral was going, with the extra character development and darker themes being introduced, they were already probably strongly considering going back to the same old well that they've been to time and time again. And spoiler alert, keep going to time and time again, even now. But then they saw this and thought, okay, the show is never going to go back to what it used to be. It's probably only going to get worse. We got to get rid of it. Do I agree with that? No, but at least I can see where they're coming from, even if it was objectively wrong. I'm being biased, though, so ignore that, please. Who am I kidding? It's the internet. You're not going to ignore that. This is how much the episode really spoke to me. I saw this episode today, did tons and tons of research on it, and bam, here we go. Of course, to be fair, we make these Media Mementos episodes months in advance, but you get what I'm trying to say, don't you? Holy crap. Holy crap. I need to watch the rest of the show. By the time this episode has come out, I've probably already finished the show, but at the time of recording, I've seen about 12 episodes, and they're pretty short, so I could get through them pretty quickly. But yes.
Wait, he hasn't
the
even seen all the
creator has confirmed
episodes?
it. This is it. This is the episode that was so dark, so twisted, so complex and intellectual, that it got
It
Moral
was
Oral canceled. This is the reason we didn't get seasons 4 and 5. This is the reason we never got that arc of Miss Sensorol taking over the town. But even so, that doesn't take away from how brilliant and utterly disturbing Alone truly is. Well, folks, thanks for watching the video. What'd you think of this? Have you seen this episode? And hey, Moral Oral fans out there, how does it feel hearing from a guy who's only literally just now seen the show? Comment below and let me know.
Okay, well, in a way,
Hear what you guys have to say.
the silver lining of this is like at least it ended on a good note. Like while the show was still good. Who knows if it had 2 more seasons if they would have been bad.
If you two would like your name read out in the Media Mementos episode, then consider donating
I mean, likely they wouldn't be bad because it seemed like the writers knew what they were doing, but
I gotta go stare out a window more. Like, what was that?
but I mean, like, you know, we can appreciate what we did have. So know at least it was good. And we don't have to worry about it ever getting bad. Where's that picture of Oral you had before with like his face that you sent me? I never responded to this one, but I saw this on Reddit too. And I did think that was cute. Naruto was just a kid. There was a time where he was actually just a kid. Maybe it was on your other Discord account for some reason. Oh yeah, it was. It was on your other one. It was the first thing. Oh yeah, is this when he's doing the signs? Little did I know he would make this face for the entirety of season 3. Little did I know. Well, what a hell of a ride. I got content for random YouTube videos to watch for days now. Look at all this. Look at all this moral oral goodness. God bless. But yeah, thanks for showing me this show. It's, you know, it feels rare that I find Western shows like with this much depth anymore. Maybe that's just because I don't go looking for them. You're usually cartoons or like animations that when they do have them. It makes sense when you have more time to focus on the storytelling rather than all the other like production and practical and actors and settings and stuff. It's a nice thing I like. I feel that animation has an edge over live action stuff, is that it's easier to tell the stories how you want them and focus on the story rather than setting atmosphere and all that other stuff. I mean, people like that too. I like it too sometimes. It's, who doesn't love a good atmosphere every now and then, you know? But if I just want pure story, pure themes, pure characters, it's much easier to do it. It's right. There's a, you know, it can be more effective in the right, and overall it's just easier to do it in this medium, is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, good shit. Good shit. Just in time to go to sleep at 1 a.m. And hope you have a good sleep and you feel better. And you have a happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy birthday to you, Squidward. Alright. Nighty night. Sweet dreams, you Prince of New York. Boop.